Hello and welcome to Duke's Handbook, where I give advice on anything anybody's asking for. Mondays are the Reddit episodes, released every Monday, 5:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Tuesday through Friday, if people write in, I'll record episodes for them personally. And let's just go ahead and get into it. All right, so this one's not all crazy, but it says 9-year age gap. It's the title. I'm assuming is 20-year-old and 29-year-old a weird age gap. No. Girl turned 20 in December. Guy is turning 30 in April. Is that strange? The guy knew her since she was 18 and pursued her when she was 19. Is that weird? He's not like creepy. He's a pretty cool guy. Everyone loves him. Very sweet and kind. But what's your opinion on the age gap? Immediately, I'm going to say, whatever, dude. Edit. Okay, I'm going to provide a bit more context. Thank you, person coming in and editing this. I'm the 20-year-old girl. I promise, LOL. A bit more info on me. I'm not in college yet. Decided not to go until I'm 10,000% confident that I can mentally handle it. I suffer from severe ADHD and BPD, which impacts my daily life a lot. 2, he does not have a pattern of chasing after younger girls. All the girls he's pursued in the past have been around his age, no younger or older than 3 years. He hasn't settled, 3, he hasn't settled into a salary job. We actually met at my workplace when I was 18. When we started becoming friends around March 2022, he was quitting and now has moved on to a job in his career field. Oh, good for him. Congratulations. He does not live on his own yet. We live in Canada. The economy sucks. And he graduated college at 27. And then 4, he's never really shown signs of manipulation. Most of our decisions have been mutual on both sides. He's never pushed me into making choices I didn't feel comfortable with. I don't feel like he has power over me or tries to control me, which is good. There's been a couple instances during segs where he has tried to push his fetishes onto me, and I would have to be persistent in declining, but he would eventually stop, which is good. It'd be better if he just stopped after the first, no, I don't want to do that. So overall, I'm not too sure. But then again, I don't exactly trust my own stance because I am so much younger. Hence why I came on here to ask you guys. There's a lot that's happened between us that would take me ages to type out, but this is the general basis of it. So my advice there is there's no issue. He's not being like a total weirdo or anything like that, and everybody has their fetishes, and you can go into that when you're ready or whatever, but definitely also have that conversation with them, hey, I'd like it if you didn't push it on me so much. And after the first time you say no, then it's done, right? And I know Canada's economy isn't the best or anything like that, but I also know that there's some people out there that end up kind of being successful and living life pretty well. Usually they're in construction or something, from my understanding. I think you guys are fine, and I think that since you guys are communicating pretty well, you guys will be okay. The 9-year age gap isn't a big deal or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know, man. Just play it by ear. Don't jump into anything too crazy. But just take it day by day, I guess. It's the only way I could put it. See, I like stuff like this one. This one says, my guy best friend told me he has feelings. He's in the feels, y'all. I have a guy best friend. He and I have been friends for over a year now. And things have been great. We chat, we hang out occasionally, and we do all the best friends shenanigans you would think of. I have made it very clear that I don't want a relationship with anybody at the moment. I'd rather work on myself. But lately, he's been ghosting me, and after 3 days of me spamming him with texts, waiting for him to respond so I can make sure he's not in God's heavens or anything, he replied. He replied saying that he had a great time with me and that he'll always remember me, blah, blah, blah. But he wanted to not talk to me as we did before because he had feelings for me. I told him I was fine, it was fine, and that I won't be mad at him or anything, and we ended it in a civil manner. Quote, right, air quotes. He wanted to not talk to me anymore because it hurts him and stuff. So I said it's okay. We were okay. But then I thought to myself, if he thinks that talking to me is going to make him get hurt, then how is he feeling seeing all my stories and posts on Instagram? So I removed him from my Instagram because I truly don't want to tease or seduce him. Oh, that's nice of you. But he went nuts and removed me from all platforms and blocked me. He even took it to the next level and left all the group chats that we have in common. A friend of mine also says that since I retweeted a quote of how some people don't deserve you and whatever around the time all that happened, then he might have thought it was about him. Accurate. I could see that. I really like this guy. He has been a great friend, and I stood by him so many times. I cry every day thinking that I messed it up, when it was literally him and that said he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. I don't know. I've never had any experience with guys before, and this is truly new to me. So please tell me, how can I make it all right again? That's if I ever should. I mean, we'll get into it. Plus, does anyone here have some type of way I can get over this friendship breakup because it hurts so badly? Update. I couldn't hold it in any longer. I texted him saying that I didn't mean him on the quote and whatever, and he said that he thought it was about him. Of course, naturally. He was a bit cold, but I mean, we did say we weren't going to be like before, so yeah. I feel so much better now that I made things clearer. Thank you all for helping me here, and I will move on from our friendship with peace now that I know I ended things the good way. Here's my question. Ending the friendship, just ending our friendship. Like most people are like, I'm not going to be friends with that person anymore. It doesn't really bother them. But here, he tells you he has feelings for you. You guys end the friendship, and then like just ending the friendship hurt you like crazy. So obviously there's a little bit of feelings from you too, right? I mean, why don't you guys just date and give it a shot? And I mean, like, hey, if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But I mean, at least you gave it a shot. Dude, told you he had you in the feels, right? Or you got him in the feels, whichever. And then you guys just ended your friendship instead of like, I don't know, just trying it out. And this is one thing that I don't really understand about people today is it's like, you guys have a great time together all the time. You guys hang out. You guys basically do relationship type shit, I'm assuming. And the guy gets feels and you just want to cut it off instead of giving it a shot, like just give the guy a shot. It might be the best relationship you've ever had. And you never know, you guys might end up getting married, but like, I don't know, just like take the time out to, like, I don't know, not relish his feelings, but get into it and just try. Just try. There's no harm in trying. And then you were heartbroken from a friendship being ended, so there's something there. I mean, go for it, Hey, if you're listening or you're watching on YouTube, do me a huge favor. Subscribe, like, comment, share, whatever. It'd be absolutely fantastic to see who's coming and going and who's watching and who's, doing their thing. So anyway, we'd love it if you just hit the subscribe and click that little notification bell. This one's a bit longer, and I'm going into it completely blind, but it sounds like it might be interesting. It says, me, 23 male, my best friend, 23 female, and her boyfriend, 21 male, need advice. All three of you need advice? Hi, everyone. This is my first time posting in something like this, and I'm looking for some advice on a situation that just happened to me this week, and I don't know how to handle it. Everyone in this story is above 18. I don't know if that needs to be included, but yeah. So my best friend and I have known each other for over a decade. We're in our young 20s, now met as kids in school. We've been best friends ever since. 5 years ago, she started dating this guy. He is 2 years younger than us. He has had family issues and just overall a hard time as a kid, and I always welcomed him with open arms. I showed nothing but respect. They didn't have interest in each other all throughout high school and met the summer before we left for college, and he was going into his junior year of high school. They started dating, so my entire friend group went their ways to college, and when we would see each other on break, he was always welcomed. My house is normally the hangout house, so he would be over all the time. Anyways, one day out of the blue, and I seriously mean out of the blue, he decided he didn't like me anymore as a friend and couldn't bear to be around me. Weird. Okay. This seriously isn't a big deal to me. I'm not here to please anybody or feel as I should. Good for you. But it affects my friendship with her. I say to her what happened, and she goes, oh, I don't know. He's just dramatic, You know how he is. When I ask my friends, they say, he's a troubled kid. Don't think too much into it. He also had many issues with other people too. This really isn't just a me thing. I have asked if they are all hiding a reason from me, and they swore they weren't. They aren't. And I feel it's been long enough where I'd know by now what happened. So whenever I'd see him at a birthday parties or hers, we'd say hi, and that's it. Yeah, that is a little weird. Some people just like all of a sudden they just have a disdain for you for no reason. So now flash forward to the other day. My best friend's grandma passed away. All of my friends couldn't attend the funeral, so I went alone. I don't know any of her family besides her parents, but still felt the need to be there for her and show my respects. She was very upset none of her other friends could make it, and was so happy I came. I walked into the funeral and greeted her hello and hugged her. I then turned to her boyfriend and said, "Hi, how are you?" and stuck my hand out to shake his hand to show my respects. He looked me in the eyes and turned the other way. He completely snubbed me. What a dick. I kept myself together for my friend's sake and sat there and paid my respects. She didn't see him snub me because someone else pulled her to hug her from another direction. I then sat down, and he was sitting across from me and my best friend in between us at a circle table. It was beyond uncomfortable. He then didn't stay and left and hugged her goodbye and didn't look at me and walked out. I don't know what to do. I know I need to say something for my own self-respect. It's now been a few days. She also enables his attitude by brushing this off, saying, "You know how he is, and he's dramatic, and blah, 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 blah." But I think this was really the last straw for me. I don't want to lose her as a friend, but I cannot be in another room with him. Dude, I would just bring it up to him, to be honest with you. Like, just kind of be like, dude, what the fuck is your problem, man? Like, we were all cool all through high school, blah, blah, blah. Go to college, everything's fine, and then, like, one day you fucking hate me? Like, what the shit, dude? Some people are just like that, where they just won't like you out of the blue for no reason. It could be somebody got in his ear about something, and Like now he doesn't like you. I don't know, but like, dude's kind of a dick. And the only way to clear that up, especially snubbing you like that, disrespectful shit, the only way to really clear that up there is to just sit and talk with this guy and figure out what the fuck is going on, because that's just absolutely disrespectful. I've never, me personally, have never just like been friends with somebody and then all of a sudden I hated their guts. There was always a reason. And so there's got to be a reason here. Now, I have looked at people and been like, I just don't like that guy's fucking face. But you need to figure this out because you guys have been friends for a while now. So, I don't know, man. I mean, like, I hope it works out. I hope dude actually wants to sit down and have a conversation with you. But at this point, I don't really see that happening, man. But good luck. So this one here is a little bit shorter. And I typically would save this for like a shorty on TikTok or something like that. But I also feel like it needs to be addressed here. It says completely thrown to the outside of a friend group. So a little context: I'm part of a large friendship group. We started. Okay, no punctuation really at all. We started off as just 5, and it has grown to about 10 now. I was a part of the original 5 of us, and I loved it. We were also inclusive and helped each other out all the time. After a year or so, we expanded, joining a small group of 3 to make us a group of 8. Again, we loved each other and had a blast. We then gained someone else. She is great, but has obsessed over a guy for ages. Anyway, the newest girl started dating this dude, and I don't really like him. It is also obvious that he doesn't like me. I'm not being included in many things, as he has embedded himself further into the group and is pushing me out. I'm now an outsider to the group and feeling like I just tag along, and it is apparent that if I wasn't there, no one would bat an eyelid. What do I do? You're gonna have to. I mean, like, dude, this is the shitty part about people, dude. So like, you can be friends with people and like have your friend group, like you said, you were part of the OG 5, right? And then all of a sudden, you're just not in it, and it's either the guy, because he doesn't like you, he's like talking shit on whatever. And it's happened to me too. Like, I had a group that I played Call of Duty with every day, and then like all of a sudden they were all against me. And it's like, oh, okay. All right. And I know exactly why, And one of them, absolute sweetheart that she is, wasn't against me. She was just like, I don't want any part of like whatever you guys are like planning here. But they were like, don't tell them, And so, I mean, like, it happens. And then I told her, I was like, you'll see, I'm not the toxic one. I've never have been. It's the guy that was, pushing me out. And sure as hell, like a year later, she told me, yep, he's definitely toxic as all hell. And then another one of the guys hit me up and was like, oh, we should play COD together again. Go fuck yourself, first of all. So here, in this situation, since it's kind of like along those lines, I would just, you know what, leave it, write those people off. It's going to suck because you're going to feel like really alone. I'm sure there's going to be like 1 or 2 people that are in the friend group that still like you. Like, why don't you hang out with us anymore? Blah, blah, blah. And maybe keep talking to them, but keep them at a distance. And then, yeah, sometimes you just got to find new friends, man. And that's just how it is, unfortunately. But, some people fucking suck, dude. And we got to kind of deal with it, because there's always going to be those snakes out there in the world, for sure. So this is another short one. Just going to go ahead and end it with this one here too. It says, should I break up with them? I mean, like, if you're asking yourself, then probably. But it says, my boyfriend sent me screenshots of him texting his ex from 4 years ago. And he asked her if she ever thought about him and if she ever wondered what could have been. She had to tell him that he shouldn't be doing this because he has a girlfriend. After he showed 6, I asked him why he did this. He said he needed closure and he had a dream about her and it made him feel weird. I called him out and told him that he should have come to me instead of her. In my opinion, this person's obviously angry. In my opinion, this means that he still has some underlying feelings for her. He swears he doesn't and uses, quote, I came to you with the screenshots to prove that I can trust and believe him. Well, my feelings have been extremely hurt and now I don't trust him. We've been dating for almost 2 years and we have moved in together. Should I break up with him, take a break, stay together? And do you guys think I'm wrong in assuming something? Any advice would be much appreciated. Okay, oddly enough, like this is the weird part about this situation, is that he reached out to her and was like, where do you think we'd be if we didn't break up and all that stuff? And I'm going to be real with you. For me anyway, and I'm not trying to like affect your relationship here or anything like that, but to me anyway, that does in fact mean that he still has feelings for her and like whatnot. Back when I lived in Georgia, and this isn't like while I was in a relationship or anything, but my ex-wife hit me up and we had been divorced, I think at that point, like 2 years. And she goes, if we didn't divorce, do you think we'd be trying for our baby right now? And I said, I don't know, maybe, you know. And that was like the extent of that conversation. But yeah, so I mean, I would look at it as like how deep, I like obviously I haven't seen the screenshots, but I would look at it and see like how deep the conversation goes. It's 6 screenshots, so it really probably wasn't that long. And good on that woman for saying, hey, you shouldn't be texting me right now. You've got a girlfriend. But yeah, I would really weigh your decision a little bit more on like how deep it got. If there's like the, I still love yous, I still think about you all the time, whatever. And make your decision based off of that. Don't like not trust him because of this. Like just, I mean, like he did show you the conversation, so there's that. It's a little difficult to trust him anyway because he did reach out to his ex. But yeah, I mean, like you guys definitely need to work on it. I don't know about taking a break or breaking up or staying together, but work on it and see if you can move past it anyway. That'll do it for this episode. If you were listening and you maybe got a little bit of advice because you're in the same situation, that's great. Give me a like and a comment and a subscribe. If you're on YouTube, follow it. If you're on Spotify or wherever you're listening, and get updates when there are new episodes out. And we will talk to you another time. Thank you, and you have a good rest of your day.